Welcome back, guys, to the Property Power Couple with Colton and Haleigh, bringing comfort and confidence to your real estate experience. Haleigh, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, babe?
Good to see you. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Yes. Okay, so some cool stuff has happened.
Yeah.
Our daughter turned 4.
It's crazy, but yes, that
And
happened.
you got an additional title.
Yeah. I am now a full-time coach of the Supergirls.
Full-time.
Full-time.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's a regular 9 to 5.
No.
No, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Growing up, obviously we were both involved in sports, and Kinleigh needed an opportunity to learn some coordination, some teamwork.
Some coordination.
Yeah.
Is that how you? I like how you started with that one, but yes.
I think she inherited your coordination, but
she has your eyes.
Yeah, yeah. But it's been fun. We've had a couple of practices. She's responding well. She's not using her hands, nearly as much. It's been a lot of fun.
How many times do you think you said, "No hands, just your feet. No hands, just your feet"?
So probably 50 per practice.
And we've had 2.
Yeah, we've had 2. But then last week, or a couple days ago, I was saying no feet, no feet, hands. Just don't.
Just confusing the crap out of everybody.
It gets really bad, and we bought the whistles,
yes,
so that I could be a legit coach. And I put it on, and I'm like, I don't want to blow my whistle at these little girls. Like, that doesn't seem.
They're only 3 and 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4 whistle. I don't know. And Kinleigh will not let me. I can't do anything without the whistle. I just want to count or say go. But they're all about it. They really liked 1, 2, 3 Supergirls as sort of a team break.
Yes.
But yeah, it's been fun.
And since Colton's the coach, we signed up and said that he would love to be an assistant coach, just to be involved. Mm-hmm. And then they called and said, "Hey, coach, guess what? You're now the coach of the U4 Midlothian rec soccer girls." Yeah. And okay.
Cool.
So at least his previous life does help with that a little bit. He worked with kids, previously, and so he's way more patient and calm.
It's just different, right? Because in my head I'm thinking, well, I think when I was this age I could pick a ball and throw and catch and stuff. But then as I'm talking to other people who have had kids who are going through this age and stage in soccer, it's like, hey, skills right now they're not really a thing. We're working on getting on the other side of the ball when it's going this way, and we need to go that way. So it's the expectations are not very high, but we wanted to have fun. I think. But
it's been super cute. So we ordered some really fun uniforms. Yep. We brought everybody an old school squirt water bottle, and the girls loved it. It was so funny, and I put a scrunchie with soccer balls around it to be a little extra surprise. And they loved it. So that was really fun. So Kinleigh has started soccer. That's been an adventure, but she also started dance.
Yeah.
Yes, so this morning I got to get her all dressed up in her ballet stuff for her first day of dance at school.
With the slick back,
with the bun and the U-pins and the everything. And so that was really fun. She's loving it. We've been getting so many pictures of her. We'll add a little picture so y'all can see it. But so she's turned 4. She was already doing gymnastics, but now she started soccer and dance. And our crazy busy schedule just continues to just add up.
The plate's full. Let's buy a bigger one and see what we can fit.
Let's just add some more. And so that's been really fun.
No, it's been great, and I think what is it? The days are long and the years are short.
Yeah.
And when you said she's 4, I went, oh my god, yeah, that's 4 years. Click, it's done.
Yeah.
So I think being involved in it, it's crazy, but I think we look back 20, 40 years from now and go, yeah, it was worth it.
Yeah, so I don't know if most 4-year-olds have a word of the year.
Yeah,
but ours does.
One. Yeah.
Ours does. So, obviously we talked to Kinleigh about the fact that we're working and that we work all the time, and it's so cute. She wants to take her laptop, make sure her laptop's in my bag so that when we go somewhere, just in case we have to work, she has her laptop and she wants her phone and she holds me accountable constantly, and she's all about that. And so this year, whenever we were talking about our words for the year and how we wanted to do that, Kinleigh, she was listening, obviously, because they listen to everything, right? And she decided that she needed a word. So what was your word? We'll start with yours and then I'll go into Kinleigh's.
My word was tenacity. For me, when we were going through that, just kind of the preparation period up to business planning and then the little mastermind deal we did after that, it just was very clear that consistency in the basics and in the fundamentals really makes sense, right? It's the thing that has to happen, it's something that needs to be done. And with the busy schedule, with the sometimes an occasional sleepless night, with late nights, early mornings.
She's really into the early mornings right now.
Yeah, unfortunately. But we've got a bag of excuses of why I'll do that in a minute, or I'll call them tomorrow. But really the tenacity of getting up and doing those push-ups and doing the things that matter is really what I'm focused on this year, and I'm excited to see where that leads us.
It matches you so well, because then my word is not nearly as big, but it's just energy. My word for the year is energy, about literally drinking it. Whenever, so I told Kinleigh my word was energy, and she says, "Yeah, you drink a lot of energy." Yeah. And I said, "Yes,
caffeine
yes, I do." But I mean more about how I'm spending my energy and where am I spending it and who is getting it. Right. Because we were really involved in lots of other things outside of owning the brokerage, selling real estate, and property management, and mom. We're involved with the Realtors Unlimited stuff and all of the nonprofit things that we try to be involved with. We're helping out our friends whenever they need stuff, in any way that we can. Yeah. And we just like being involved in other things. And so really watching where my energy is spent. Yeah. And how much of it I have left that day, because there's a lot we have going on.
Well, I got to tell you, I think that's the thing that I'm most excited for you is to really see where that takes you personally, professionally, and me along with it in our whole situation of we have a finite amount of it and where are we really going to spend it?
And because I have told my husband, my business partner, the guy that has the desk right next to me, and our daughter, they've both been asking me about, my energy level and how's my energy going. And, on Kinleigh's perspective of just, can we drink more energy? And from your perspective of, hey, are you spending your energy in the right places today? Right. And, I think that's been really good. That's something I'm trying to work on because I can get distracted, and this is, creating this thing is really fun, but my energy should probably go to calling our clients and making sure that everything is okay and trying to generate a couple more leads versus just doing the cute stuff all the time.
When you said that, it made me think that I was watching another podcast and this guy was talking about making decisions based on whether or not something was going to move the needle for him in his health, his wealth, his spiritual, his mental. And I think that's in many ways what we're talking about is what is serving me in this season of life, what's serving me in professional and all these different avenues that we have. And I just think it's really cool to be, so it's being measured, it's being tracked.
It's being measured,
and you're being watched.
I'm being watched on all parts, and I'm telling as many people as want to hear it, because if I run into you and you say, "Hey Haleigh, how's your energy doing today?" that's okay. I'm cool with that. Check in with it. So we're explaining how a word of the year would work to Kinleigh. We're explaining what our words are. She cannot say tenacity, which is the best. It's so adorable. She can say energy. We do have our words written at home on the fridge. We have them written up in the office, and so then Kinleigh, we're explaining it to her that a word of the year is something that you want, that's going to explain you, that's going to help you, strive for all that kind of stuff, something that speaks to you. And she's like, "Well, I want my word to be boo." I was like, "What do you mean? Explain that.
Surprising.
Explain that to me. What do you mean?" And she's like, "I just want, scare everything away." I said, "Oh, okay. So, nothing's going to get you." Yeah. She's like, because she's really into like the superhero stuff right now. And so then she's like, because like I'm strong, and we start pulling it out, and so then we start getting to, are you powerful? Do you have a lot of power? She's like, "I have superpowers." And so then we just kind of kept gearing that. And now her word is power, because she's not going to be scared of anything. She's going to be strong. She's going to try new stuff this year, because at that point we knew we were going to do soccer and dance and everything. And so all that's going. So now her word is power, and she talks about it all the time. How she has power, how you can borrow her power. Yeah. She'll let you borrow it.
We even have a couple of power stations in the backyard that help her run up the slide. Which is always fun.
And so, it's silly and it's fun, but we're talking to her about it now, about, putting your mind and your focus towards something.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's being power, having power, using your power, and obviously for good, right? You're using it for good.
Dealer's choice, I guess.
But, I think it's been kind of cool to see her listen to us and take that and how her brain went from being kind of silly and like, I'm going to scare everything away to I am powerful. I have power and I'm going to use that. And she wasn't quite 4 yet. Obviously, we just turned 4, but that's how we started the year with her. And now she's using that in all of her stuff. So I think that's just really fun.
I love it so much because you and I have had multitudes of conversations, specifically surrounding this idea of what she's being exposed to, who's available and able to speak life into her life. We were talking recently about going to those different conferences, like your first one at 22, and what that exposed you to at that point. Post college, you're starting out your career, and you get exposed to this really great information about you can go out and do what you want to do and be what you want to be. And my hope is that as all this, we see this progress in her, that you see this starting at an early age at 4, that God only knows at 14,
what she can do.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, I know that most of our reels, our social media is full of this kind of stuff, talking to your kids like they're an adult, and we constantly get praised about people not even realizing Kinleigh is as young as she is. She did get my height, so hopefully she gets a little bit more of your sports coordination. But she is pretty tall, and so I have none of that. But she is pretty tall, so we get that a lot. But also because we've always talked to her about what's going on, about nothing like too, into the weeds. She is 4. But we talk about the fact that we're working and we're doing this stuff, and we have these conversations in front of her, to a degree, so she hears us talking about work and deals and words, and we're putting some of that into her. So you hear some cool stories about these kiddos that have had a business since they were 7 and doing that kind of thing. That's something we want to strive for her.
Absolutely.
And incorporating it now. And I'm sure at one point in time she's going to get mad at us for talking about all this stuff and years to come from the beginning of time. But I think it's going to be really cool to watch her because her brain is already starting to think like that. And she's constantly wanting to. She owns this coffee shop, and you can come visit me and let me take your order. But all that kind of stuff. So I think it's going to be really cool to watch that. And like you said, putting it in.
The most important part. Hey, Dad, go get your wallet. I need your credit card.
Yeah.
How much was that fake coffee? Like $300.
We're still working on that
she's
part.
She's on track, though. I'll give her that.
Yeah, we're still working on that part. But it has been really cool to watch her kind of absorb some of that, take some of that in. And like you said, from early age for us, both for me, being exposed to that type of environment and that energy that you get from going to these conferences and going to that kind of stuff, and that hopefully she's going to be able to be exposed to some of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned earlier things that we keep seeing on our reels.
Yes.
And we've been joking about girl math for some time. And
Yes.
I think we even maybe took it a step further with how does that apply to real estate? And so I think it gets even a little more interesting when you start talking real estate girl math.
Okay, so obviously we're all familiar with girl math, meaning that I can buy this bag because even though it's $200, I'm going to use it every single day.
Right, so it's like $1.
So it's like, it's paid off in a couple of months. I mean, it's like a couple dollars a day.
So ridiculous.
This is such an easy, explainable thing. In real estate, I see it going multiple ways. Okay, there's 2 ways I want to talk about it, but the first one would be more about, well, that's a write-off, right? Okay, so let me real estate math that. Okay, if I take you and we, me and my client go and do this, then that can be a write-off. Okay, so real estate math. Or agents fall into this a lot, and we can talk about it more next time. But talking about, that's only one more deal. Right, I can pay for that thing because that's only one more deal. So, there's a couple different real estate maths in there, and I think we can probably dive into it deeper, but it's real and it's okay if you use it.
That's my favorite. So, unit count to get what I want.
Yes.
Oh, it's only 3 more deals. Let's get that done.
Yeah, only 3 more. So, well, anyways, guys, we're so glad that y'all were able to pop on today. We'll be back next time talking more about some goals and some check-ins and some more real estate math for you.
You can find us on all of our social medias, btrgpm.com, Instagram, Facebook.
All those.
Everywhere.
All those. Yeah.
See you next time. Thanks.